what the hero you main in Marvel Rivals says about you after you get Lord on them. Now, let's get started with the tanks. Yeah, you think you're so funny, huh? Rushing to get Lord icons on a brand new hero while ruining people's games in the process. You people make me sick. I can't stand your sadistic laughs in voice chat every time you kidnap someone and throw them off the map like the Spearite hypocrites tossing criminals into the pit in Gachiakuta. Don't you deny it. Y'all fly in, ult nobody, and then type "Where's my team?" like you didn't just Leroy Jenkins into a 1v5. The only thing angelic about you is how fast you ascend back to spawn. You really want to play Cap, but you don't want to learn animation cancels and you'd rather just jump over the front line instead of permaflanking all game long. I view Hulk Lords like how I view Max Verstappen. I respect you, but I still hate you. Doctor Strange mains used to have the scariest Lord icon to see back in the day when Marvel Rivals was still newer. But nowadays, most people have that Lord icon because they're forced to fill on tank sometimes and Strange is their go-to choice. That's why occasionally in some games, you'll see a Lord Strange player that gets absolutely mogged by a non-Strange Lord on the other team that ends up outclassing him as a tank in every single way. You can't tell me that Penny Lords look, sound, and act like Mineta in real life, because there's just no way that normal, properly socially integrated people play Penny frequently enough by choice that they manage to get a Lord icon on her. Thing Lords got this achievement by endlessly spamming their right click and binding their knockup onto a side mouse button to turn it from a charge mobility button into a seize him button. I know y'all laugh your asses off every time you snipe an ulting Cloak and Dagger with a longer range ultimate than the field goal Brandon Aubrey kicked when the Cowboys beat the Giants last week. Lord Magneto players never miss that ultimate. You can run, but you can't hide. Lord Groot players know walls that I couldn't even fathom. And that's coming from someone who always defaults to Groot whenever I'm forced to fill and tank for the team. Y'all are diabolical with it, and you're even bigger demons when you're playing on domination maps. Lord Emma players are especially lethal when it comes to fighting in her diamond form. Y'all are scarier than that tall goth mommy from the Resident Evil games. I forgot her name, but you probably are envisioning who I'm talking about right about now. Thor mains are maybe the happiest people in the community right now since their Asgardian king keeps getting buffs and is slowly becoming more relevant as a tank staple in the meta. And with that being said, the Marvel Rivals community at large now has a new favorite auto ban for our ranked games moving forward until this fat DPS gets nerfs again. Congratulations, y'all played yourselves. I can always spot an only child who became the most annoying person you've ever known growing up in your primary school years. And now that those hobknockers no longer have classmates to terrorize by reminding the teacher that homework was due or by intentionally cock-blocking you when they saw you trying to shoot your shot with a dime in the hallway, they now take out all their life frustrations on the rest of us by playing Captain America in Marvel Rivals.